I know the timer went to 0, but I'm not ready yet. Here I come. All right, switching over some buttons, lowering. You cannot hear me. Ah, now you can. Did you hear any of that? None of it. All of the funny, cute, endearing, wonderful things I just said, you heard none of that. I was talking about all of you living inside the camera lens. I can't go back and recreate that ever. So then now you hear me though. I'm gonna wait till the chat catches up. And something was wrong with my mic, which, you know, never happens. I also forgot to turn a light on. I'm such a pro at this live streaming stuff. It's like a well-oiled machine here. I don't know if that made things better or worse, but I'm a little bit brighter now because I forgot one of the lights. I've got a little screen over here with the chat going. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, this is okay, everybody. I know what the issue is. Here's the thing. I have a. This is terrible. Let's see if this will last. The battery is dead. I guess I have a rechargeable battery, but this is no problem because this mic also takes AA batteries. So I just need to find some AA batteries. I'm gonna put the music on. I have a guest. Shen from P5 is about to come on and say hi, and I was thinking, oh, maybe let me have them come on and say hi, and then I'll get the batteries. But let me work this out. I'm going to be right back. You all talk amongst yourselves. We'll see how long this lasts while I look for batteries. All right. All right, everybody, I'm back in business. I'm charging up the special rechargeable battery that goes with this, and now can I just have a do-over, a complete do-over, please? It's only 11:09. How bad was that? Okay, Jonathan Walsh says, "Hurry up! I did my best. I did my best." Okay. I was saying so. I had a plan. I was organized. I was getting ready to get started. I'm completely lost now. So let me not delay any further. One of the things that I think is the most important thing that I want to share with you on today's live stream. I'm going to do lots of fun, interesting things. I have lots of things to share with you, but I want to tell you about something called P5 Access Day, which is happening tomorrow, Saturday, May 21st. And rather than just have me talk about P5 Access Day, I have brought lead of the P5JS project to come say hello to you, Qianqian, who will tell you all about P5 Access Day. And I'm not really set up for an interview kind of dialogue thing here. So what I'm going to do is take about 10 seconds here to unplug some things and plug some other things back in and have Qianqian here speaking to you, and then I will return afterwards. Okay, so here we go. I'm bringing open the Zoom. I'm going to make this full screen. And now I'm going to switch over to this button here, and then I'm going to turn up the laptop audio. So, all right, you are all live on camera now. Qianqian, can you say hi and see if your audio comes through?
Hi.
Yes, your audio is coming through. So I'm actually going to mute myself and let you just take over. Thank you so much for, I know this sort of like last minute, just jumping on here into this Zoom meeting to broadcast on the Coding Train. But I think it's so wonderful that you're here because you're going to do an excellent job talking about P5 Access Day, way better than I would. And you're one of the organizers of it. So who better than you? So take it away.
Thank you, Dan, for having me. Hi, my name is Qianqian Ye. I'm the current lead of P5JS Access. I'm the current lead of P5JS and the organizer of P5JS Access Day. I am going to share my screen with you all. Here it is. So today I'm joining the Access Day because today I'm joining the Coding Train because I want to share with you a very exciting event happening this Saturday, May 21st, P5JS Access Day. It is a one-day public online conference of talks about accessing open source software for the arts and the great issues beyond the software. P5JS Access Day starts from 10 a.m. and ends at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time on May 21st, this Saturday. The Zoom event features 4 themed sessions: critical web accessibility, disability arts, access and community building, and access via translation. You can join us for 4 sessions or pop in the sessions of your interest. You will need to RSVP to receive the Zoom link. You can find the RSVP link on all of the P5JS social media, and we will copy the link to the chat later as well. I will do a very brief intro about each session. So the first session is Critical Web Accessibility, moderated by Kate Hollenbach. Panelists Cassie, Louise, and Jess will share their experience working on web accessibility for P5JS and assistive technologies. The second session is Disability Arts, moderated by Xiaowei Wang. In this session, panelists Natalie, Kenny, and Kevin will share their experience in their art and community building practice on disability arts, crypto fantasy, technology, and digital accessibility. The third session is Access and Community Building, moderated by Dorothy Santos, who is the Executive Director of Processing Foundation. The session invites panelists Tanny Takzin, Closes at Home, and Zai to reflect on their practice and how each points us towards a vision of a community building that is more accessible and inclusive. The last session is Access via Translation, moderated by Kenneth Lim. So panelists Ken, Inwa, Shahaya, and Felipe will share their experience translating P5JS website and documentation to simplify Chinese, Korean, Hindi, and Portuguese. and discuss the impact and the future plan of translation for P5.js. So for each session, the speaker will give a brief presentation and followed by an open discussion among the panelists and a live Q&A with Zoom participants. So if you join, you can ask questions to the panelists directly. ASL interpretations and live captions will be provided. All of the sessions will be recorded and posted with captions for those who cannot attend. Don't forget to RSVP to get the Zoom link to join the live event tomorrow and receive updates about the recordings when they come available. So don't forget to RSVP. You can find the RSVP link again on all the P5.js social media, and we will share the link to the chat. Hope to see you on Saturday. Thank you.
Okay, I'm back now. I'm on the screen with you. Thank you so much. I was frantically trying to type into the chat as you were speaking. I put a link in. I don't know if it worked. Somehow I've forgotten how to use computers this morning. But we'll make sure especially if there's any coding train moderators who can put a link to the link tree. But what I'll do is after you go, I'll just pull up on the browser and show the P5.js Twitter account as well as the link tree page so people can find it. I will
hop back to the YouTube later and paste the Eventbrite link there too.
Perfect.
Don't worry.
So the thing about YouTube is it doesn't let you post links in the chat unless you are previously approved to. But if you're in the chat and you say hello, I could click on your name and allow you to post links.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah.
People are so I'm looking at too many screens here. Thank you so much for being here talking about P5 Access Day. I'm going to be popping in and out all throughout the day tomorrow. I'm really excited. If you don't, I don't know I'm talking to this camera, but nobody can see me on that camera. So I'm going to talk to this camera. I don't know if people realize, but that lineup of speakers and moderators is just absolutely incredible. If many of those names and faces are unfamiliar to you, you really, I can't encourage you enough to come and join and learn from and be inspired by all of these incredible, wonderful people who have come together to celebrate P5 and talk about access and open source. So thank you so much for organizing this wonderful event. I look forward to more collaborations between Coding Train and Processing Foundation and P5 and all the stuff that I'm sure we will get up to this summer and beyond. All right?
Thank you. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks so much. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, giant face of me, leave meeting. Now I see this. Let me go back to this view. Okay. Whew, this is hard. This live streaming stuff is hard. You'd think I'd have gotten it all down by now. All right. The link is wrong. I know. The link I posted wasn't right. I was trying to type it out manually. Let me do you all a favor. And I'm just going to come over here to show my computer screen. I've got my invisible mug here. So where you want to go for all links is linktree/p5js. There is where you can find the RSVP for P5 Access Day, as well as more information about the P5JS community statement and the website. You can also find out, so if I click on here, it's just going to take me to the Eventbrite page, which will have lots of information. But I would also encourage you to check out twitter.com/p5xjs. You'll find the Linktree link there, as well as more information similar to what you just saw in the slides. And this is Qianqian's Twitter account here, and so I'm sure you could also tweet at them if you have any questions. Okay. I also forgot. I was going to do this first and then do P5 Access Day, but my battery is dead. Everything was all messed up. So let me just briefly say a quick thank you to today's sponsor of the Coding Train. And I hope this button worked. I didn't test it. Of course it doesn't. I will fix that. Why doesn't that work? Am I in the wrong place? Oh, whoa, no. Ooh, that's a... Everything has gone wrong for me today. I'm so fired from all of my many jobs. But Brilliant is a wonderful website for learning. If you like watching my videos, you're probably interested in the kind of topics you find on the Brilliant website. There's also an app. I recently did a video about the Monty Hall problem, and there is this incredible probability fundamentals course on the Brilliant website. So about halfway through today's live stream, I'm going to come back and start to work on going through that probability course and see what I get right and see what I get wrong, because honestly, I learn the most when I get it wrong. So the interactive lessons that allow you to try all sorts of ideas on Brilliant are really fantastic. You can go to brilliant.org/codingtrain. It's a link that's in the video description. I'll pin it in the chat as well to sign up for free. And then, of course, if you want to unlock everything on the Brilliant website, through that link, you will get, the first 200 people to do so will get a 20% discount. Okay. Everybody is asking, so first of all, I like to say that, especially if I have a guest on, keep the questions in the chat to the topic being discussed. But, if I'm just here prattling on, you can ask anything you want. And how old are you? And just to sort of normalize people in their later years streaming on YouTube somewhat incompetently, I will tell you that I am 48 and I will be 49 this summer. And then a year from then, I will be 50. What are we going to do for my 50th birthday? I don't know. I'm going to go on a big train trip somewhere. That's my plan. Whew. It's hard to get up in the morning and all the muscles hurt and all that stuff. Okay. All right. Let me just see if this will work. Can I? Hold on. I'm gonna Q. I am going to attempt to give you moderator privileges. So let me say add moderator. So Q is now a moderator for the channel, in which case you should be able to post any links you want in the chat. So please enjoy. Go forth and post to all the links of all the P5JS stuff. I'll post a link to Brilliant. And then, in fact, I'm just going to put that as my pinned chat message, which will help. Ishq says, can't wait for basic. Well, I've got some news for you. Okay. So there you go. The Brilliant link is also a pinned chat message. All right. What have I gotten to so far? I said hello. We talked about P5 Access Day. I talked about Brilliant. I'm going to talk about AppleSoft Basic in a moment. That's what I'm going to start working on setting up to code. But I have two other announcements. One is a short one and one is kind of a long one. Both of these are repeating things that I talked about on Tuesday's very brief stream that I did before the ITP IMA semester show. So now I am going to close. Oh no, I have to have this open, but I'll just have it in the background. Let me come over here and let me. Simon is here. It's hard, Simon. You got to wake up early in the morning now that you're in the same time zone as me, I believe. Everyone say hi to Simon in the chat, of course, just joining us. Simon, we talked about P5 Access Day, which maybe I'll see you there tomorrow if you're free, but no worries if you're not. Basically, this live stream is just a one-on-one where I can talk to Simon briefly. All right, let me do my announcements. So I mentioned this. Speaking of Simon, this is very funny timing. PCDCPH. So, and back to processing. I just want to again mention that Processing Community Day in Copenhagen is happening on June 4th, 2022. I mean, there's lots of community days and there's the I/O Festival. There's all sorts of things I can tell you about. But the reason why I'm telling you about this one is because I'm going to be there. I'm going to Copenhagen. I have a plane ticket. I have a picture of me on the website where I had a little bit less gray hair, even though that was only 2 years ago. So I don't know what's been going on. It's very stressful, these last couple. Have you noticed what the world is like? Whew. I have it way easier than probably most, so I really don't need to complain, but I know everybody's having a range of emotions and challenges in their lives these days, so hopefully the coding train can bring something positive to you. That's one of my goals here with this, whether it's educational or entertainment or just pure vibes. Is Coding Train a vibes show or a plot show? I don't even know if it's a show, but is it more vibes or is it more plot? I think it might be more vibes, at least so far right now. All right. So please, especially if you are in the Denmark area, is that a thing people say? The Denmark, we say the tri-state area for here if you're in the the New York City kind of, there's other states that are not just New York, but the Denmark area, the Northern Europe area. I would love to see you there. I've heard from people on the Twitters and on the YouTube chat and the comments and all of that they're planning to come. That's really great. I'm not sure yet what I'll be doing there, but some kind of coding stuff. Copenhagen area. Okay. I'm also thinking of going to Stockholm. Maybe I heard that you can take this overnight boat from Stockholm to Helsinki and then visit Helsinki for the day and then take the boat back. I'm thinking about that. I don't know why I should be just like talking about all my travel plans here, but I've never really been around the sort of Northern European area. So I'm excited to do some visiting there. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to try to do the shorter things first. Looking at my list, let me just check off that. It said hello. We talked about P5 Access Day. All right, so this one is a little bit longer, but let's go for it. So this is not going to be total news to all the. Actually, before I even get to that, let me switch back over to here. So YouTube, let's talk for a minute about Coding Train and live streaming because, first of all, I'm not going to have any live streams. Oh, actually, no, I have one that I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do one next Friday if all goes well. One of the reasons why I am working on relearning AppleSoft Basic is because I am filming something for the streaming service Nebula that I've talked about, a class. If you go to Nebula, if you go to nebula.app and look at Nebula classes, you'll see there's a whole bunch there already. And I'm doing a quick set of programming tutorials in Basic. So lots more to say about that then, but I'm doing that next week. So today I wanted to get my feet wet a little bit and tinker around in Basic again. So that'll help me mentally prepare for next week. But that's been a big project. It's kind of slowed me down on my YouTube production of stuff. I have been streaming quite a bit on Twitch, which I really enjoy. I like a lot of the features, and I can imagine doing some interesting things with the Twitch API and the chat. So I'm kind of waffling back and forth between the two platforms. But here I am today on YouTube. And one of the things that's been interesting to follow is how various features that appear on Twitch then make their way over to YouTube. And I'm very excited that YouTube seems to have added something called gifting memberships. So I'm going to try this now. I'm going to gift 20 memberships to the chat, and let's just see what happens. So 20 of you watching right now. I thought you could assign them. Not that I want to be in charge of picking who gets them, but let's see how that goes. So I just gifted 20 memberships. I'm looking at the chat now. Chris Manning, Pink Lemonade, Raj, Fun Planet, Mohammed, Mujtaba. This is so fun. Now, lest you think I'm being super generous, that money just goes right back to me. I mean, not really, because YouTube, I don't know what YouTube takes. I think 30% actually. So if it was like I guess that was like for 20 memberships, it was like $1 and change each. But this is fun to see how this works. Anyway, so it's very confusing how you support the Coding Train. For those of you, first of all, I'm just happy you're here watching. I'm happy if you decided I'm not going to watch anymore because I'm doing other stuff with my life. Or if you want to just send me a tweet that says, hey, I like your videos. Or, hey, I don't really like your videos because you wave your arms around too much. I mean, I don't love getting those messages, but if you say it in a nice, constructive feedback way, I totally accept it. Anyway, I'm saying, but I do appreciate that there are people who have the capacity and desire to support the Coding Train financially. I'm kind of running this whole ship as it's a train. It's not a ship, as a kind of break-even small business, basically. And I have folks who are helping me with maintaining the website and the open source repositories and doing video editing and illustration and helping me with other projects and research. So I'm trying to grow that to some extent, although I would like to just still be just like a small, easy to manage, simple thing. So anyway, for those of you who are supporting in that way, that's great. One of the things that is confusing is there are many different avenues on which to find Coding Train content as well as support the Coding Train. So this is all a big segue to talk about the new Coding Train website. Are you ready? I mean, you were at my live stream on Tuesday. You already saw it, so it's not too exciting. But But let's have a look-see at it and talk about it for a bit. Okay. So first of all, the new Coding Train website is not actually live at thecodingtrain.com. The plan is for it to have its official launch at PCD Copenhagen. So that's kind of like the deadline. I'm going to move it over to the proper thecodingtrain.com domain before then. But right now you can preview it at codingtrain preview.netlify.app. One of the things I've been learning, which has been super fun, is how to deploy a web application to Netlify. I would love to do some videos on that. This is what it looks like. This is the homepage. I'm going to go through pieces of it in a bit, and I'm also going to show you how to download the repository and run it, download the website and run it locally, build it locally. So one of the things that I just wanted to show you is here in the footer. I'm trying to be better organized. So these are sort of the current avenues that come with various different benefits and rewards in terms of YouTube membership, Patreon, GitHub sponsorship, a Twitch subscription, and the Nature of Code book. So, but this was not the primary thing I wanted to talk about the website. So one of the things I'm planning to do, this will probably happen at the very beginning of June, is I'm going to do some really lengthy, I don't want to say all day, but like several hour live streams on Twitch probably, where I'll be working on updating the website and asking for people to help. This is just a little taste of that because I don't want to spend the whole stream like, here I am, I'm going to like build a page for the website that's not there right now. But I want to show you so that any of you who are interested could get started tinkering with it, contributing to it. And the main thing I want to show you is how you can add your own versions of the different coding examples that are in my videos to the website itself. I'm trying to keep my eye on the chat. I don't know where to look at it here. Okay, HydroPN, thank you. So all of you who are just like suddenly gifted this membership, so I'm sorry for the random number generator. Maybe I'll do another one in a little bit. But the main thing for you to do is link your YouTube and Discord accounts. Then go to the Coding Train Discord, which you can get to at thecodingtrain.com/discord. And there you will have access to some of the supporter member channels. And yeah, I can answer your questions there. And I guess it'll go away. I guess I just gifted you 1 month. And then when that's over, it'll go away unless you choose to continue it. I don't know. Maybe that's, I actually don't know how this works. I'm just experimenting with it. Twitch has had this kind of gift subscription thing forever. So, okay. Let's see. Oh, a dark mode feature for the website. So feel free to file an issue for that. We can have that discussion. The vibe of the Coding Train is bright and cheery, but one of the things we are talking about doing is having this scene change the time of day based on the time of day. But I see that it's already 11:30. I want to make sure that I'm moving into some of the other stuff I want to do today soon enough. So let's take a look at just a quick lesson. Lesson's probably the wrong word. A quick demonstration of how you can get your hands into the website locally on your computer. Okay, so this is the GitHub repo. It is at, and Unchained just joined. That's like a genuine, legitimate membership joining. Oh my God, so loud. Oh, I had to turn the laptop audio way up when Q was here, so. Unchained, you have just won your very own membership to the Coding Train. You didn't really win it because you paid for it. And then Google took a large portion of that, and then the rest at some point will. Anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Okay. So no fave icon yet. Yeah, file these as issues, people. We want to hear from you. So, okay. So what I'm going to do here, now, first of all, if you want to just download everything that has to do with the website, you can just go right here onto GitHub and click download zip. There are ways for you to contribute and edit the website by going through the GitHub repository, the Git repository on GitHub itself, clicking edit, creating a pull request. These are things I would really love to remake my whole Git and GitHub tutorial series. Maybe it actually makes sense for me to do that using the Coding Train website if I'm thinking about this right now. It's kind of an interesting idea. But I want to just look at what is a bit more of a higher degree of difficulty element, which is to, and especially if anybody is sort of has a lot of experience with web development out there who wants to sort of see how the website works and think about how they might want to contribute to it, this is what you'll need to do. So I'm going to go here under code, and I should probably start using this GitHub command line interface. And by the way, I have a million people to thank about this website. I'll have to come back and do that later because I'm not really prepared. I don't want to forget anyone today, but so apologies for not giving like sort of full credit. Of course, if you just go through the repo and look at the history, you'll see all the wonderful people working on the website. So it is there and findable. So I am going to click copied, and I am going to go over here and go to the desktop. So I'm in iTerm, any sort of terminal or console access will do here. I am going to say git clone, and then I'm going to paste the URL for the repository, which should bring the entire website down to my computer. It looks like it's finished. I'm going to go and just look in the Finder now here, and we can see. So let's just look at what's here, first of all, for a second. So there's a couple things that are interesting about this. One is there is no website in the way that you're viewing it here. What is in all these folders is the raw data and design materials for the website. So I have to build the website. But what is important for me to try to briefly explain and talk about, and I think this is not my area of expertise or my forte here, but this is what's known as a statically built website. Unchained, thank you, Unchained. That's I appreciate that clarification on the name pronunciation. So what I mean by that is when you're looking at the website, you're looking at a flat rendered HTML page that's loading images and animations and embedding all sorts of other things. There's no engine that is live rendering, I want to say like generating the page, that's pulling from a database. I wanted the website, and this is something that we talked a lot about in the development. Design Systems International is the creative firm that has designed this website and worked with me to build it. So I wanted the website to be something that you could just grab and run locally, that you could edit directly on GitHub. You don't need to have some kind of secret keys and environment variables and a dummy database. And the website is just, everything for the website is all here in all of these folders. And if I go under content, you'll start to see there's pages, there's templates, there's tracks, there's videos. And if you go in there, you can start to see like, oh, there's something for there's a folder for every coding challenge if I go into this one. But suddenly, aha, this doesn't look like a web page. That's not an HTML file. That's a JSON file. If I were to now open this up in a code editor like Visual Studio Code, and I were to go to content, pages, challenges, where videos, challenges, and go to this one, I don't know which one, and go here, we would see, oh, look, object-oriented fractal trees. Oh, the description is blank. We're going to do something about that right now. There's a date, there's a video ID, there's some languages, there's some topics, there's links to the code examples. This is all JSON. But when I go to the website, if I were to go under videos, videos, challenges, and I were to go to, which one was I looking at? Object-oriented fractal trees. Here it is. This looks like a web page with, a navigation bar, the video, links to the code examples. The description is empty. This other thing about a passenger showcase thing. So where is all of that? And how does that happen? This website is built with a build system. Actually, it's built with something called Gatsby, which I don't know. Gatsby, let's look up what Gatsby is. Build Gatsby static sites with React and no, that's a Udemy course. That's an ad. Storyblog. This is an ad. Give me this thing. Yeah. So this is what Gatsby is. It is essentially an engine that is able to take all of the raw materials and generate the website. But rather than do that on the fly at the moment when a page is requested, it does that anytime the developers of the website make a change and rebuild it. So I can now do that process. So I have all of the data here on my computer in this folder, all of the data for the website. And if I want to start to build the website, look at it locally, make changes to it, and then send those changes back to the actual website, I can do that by issuing some node commands to install whatever package dependencies I need, to build the website, to run tests on the website, all those kinds of things. So the first one I'm going to want to do is type npm install. Now, if the word node is completely unfamiliar to you, I might have some tutorials that you could watch, and I wish I could just sort of like bring them up right now. Oh, well, if only I had a website that organized everything well, I'd be able to go right to the page where my Node tutorials are. Coming soon. But Node.js is a JavaScript framework for I want to say server-side coding, but it's so much more, I guess, a sort of runtime. It's a way of like executing JavaScript just on any computer without a browser context. So JavaScript is most commonly found as code running inside a web browser, but you can run it anywhere. So I want to run some JavaScript code right here on my computer inside of this folder. Well, I need to make sure if I'm going to run all the scripts that go with the website, I need to install all the packages. npm, Node Package Manager. So I'm going to hit enter there. And we're going to run all of this. And I'll talk about, people are asking about maybe I'll talk about the deployment process. I'll get to that, how that gets deployed then. So it's installing a bunch of things. So by the way, to contribute to the website, you don't have to know any programming, and you don't have to know anything about Git. I mean, you have to be willing to try these things. But I'm looking for all of you who have never done any of this before to contribute to the website. Let it be a friendly, welcoming place for you to do your first open source contribution. P5 and processing and a lot of the other projects I'm involved with are those kind of places too. But the website, it's really an invitation. I'm really inviting you. Like, I want you to be in there. Like, I've never tried this before. Can I figure it out? If you can't, we've done something wrong on our end, right? We got to fix that. Wow, that was a lot of Node packages to install. All right, and I realize you probably can't see the bottom here because my desk is. So now that I've done npm install, one thing I want to just look at briefly is an important file to look at is this package.json file. So any Node project, the package.json file is like a configuration file. It is a file that tells you all about the project. And if I go here, it'll say things like, oh, it's the coding train and it's version 1. It's not actually private anymore. It was private as a description. Oh, Rune Madsen is the author of the Coding Train website. He's the one who started this project, a designer, one of the founders of DSI. But what I'm really looking for, these are all the dependencies, right? All of these things that it's using. We could get into any of these individually. But what I wanted to show you are these scripts. So this is important. If I want to build the website, serve the website, clean the build, which is something I'll get to, test the website, or work on developing the website, I can run any of these commands. Update your packages. You have 3 criticals. All right. What do I do? npm audit maybe? Or update or something? Audit, fix. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Let's try npm audit fix. So one of the things about these Node packages is they're constantly being updated, and especially some of the older ones can have security vulnerabilities in them. So I think I'm going to have to look at this later. But there was also something that was telling me to like update my npm or something. I'm just going to run npm install again. Wasn't it telling me? Oh, npm fun. I don't know. Well, I'm going to deal with this later. We're going to live with the vulnerabilities. Hi, Kay. So what was I looking for? I was on a path here. I had done. Yes. I got distracted by the chat. No, thank you for that important message. So the one that I want to look at right now is, let's try npm. So these are just aliases. The actual command that we're running is like Gatsby serve or Gatsby build, but these are things like I could make this called unicorn, and then I could say npm run unicorn, and that's going to run the development command. But there's no reason for me to make that change. So let me go back and call it dev, and let me just say npm run dev. So this is what I want to do first. So what this is actually doing is it's building the website. It's a little bit different than npm build, because what it's doing is it's building the website and hosting the website, and then keeping its eye on all of the files. So if I were to change any file, it's going to quickly rebuild that page. And this is what you want to do while you're developing it, right? When you build the website, it's a one-time operation. I build the website, there it is. I change a JSON file. It's not going to be it's not going to update until I rebuild. npm run dev is like, we're going to be building it continuously in the background while you're working on it. It's inefficient. You would never want that in production, so to speak, like, oh, it's just constantly rebuilding. But while you're working on it, it makes sense. So I got 1 problem, 0 errors, 1 warning. So, and now we see that the website is now running locally. So I am able to go to this particular URL, localhost at this port. And I'm just going to type it in manually, although I could click on that. Localhost 8000. And we see there's the website. Looks just like the website that is currently, did I lose it? Where is it? Oh yeah, it's here. The website that is currently deployed to Netlify right now. But we can do things like, let's go back to that file, videos, challenges, object-oriented. So this has no description. So what I would like to do here is, let's find this video, object-oriented fractal tree. So this is the page for it on the old website, which is fine. So I'm actually going to take this description here from the old website. I'm going to paste it into here. Well, first let's quickly go and have this page open locally so we can see the magic of this. This is the local version of the site. Videos, challenges, which is the one I'm looking for. Maybe I go to the next page. This one, 15. So notice how this description here is blank. Let's try it. I'm going to put this in here. Let me turn on word wrap. Put a period there. And now, there you go. Look at that. It appeared. Boom. Because I'm running the, and if we went to the terminal, it's going to say, you can see like, you can see all these information about how it's it found this changed file and it's rebuilding stuff and all that. One thing that's interesting to look at, by the way, I don't understand what this is exactly, but there's this view GraphQL, an in-browser IDE to explore your site's data and schema. Let's take a look at that. So this is like, I don't know, maybe somebody in the chat can explain what this is. I'm going to take a look. Yeah, so I see there's some discussion in the chat. I'm not sure what the question was, but you do not need, you could be on any, this website should build on any platform that supports Node. So the server at Netlify, I assume, is where I have it deployed. I assume is running some type of Linux server, Unix-based server. I'm running it on Mac right now. You can run Node on Windows, on Linux, obviously. So yeah, yes, you can do what I'm doing. So now, well, let me read this over to see if I want to make any edits. In this coding challenge, I continue. So I think that's redundant. I continue the topic. Let's just change it to more algorithmic botany. Another way to render I don't know. This is hard to do in real time while I'm live streaming. This is, I'm kind of regretting this decision to try to edit this. But I want to just show you, like, we're trying to freshen up all of the content as I'm bringing it over. Another way to generate a fractal tree is to consider every part of the tree an object so that we can apply forces and attributes to all the branches and leaves and more. Okay, so I'm going to make that edit to the description. Let's go back and see if this is the old website. Where is it here? Localhost. So we can see the description here. This might be, whoa, what just happened? Oh, it refreshed. So I'm wondering just about this read more here with this particular length. And then I say read more and it's like kind of a lot of extra space. So this might be a bug to work on. Let's go to the code examples and make sure they work. So this goes to P5 sketch. Great, this is the code example, so that's working. What do these do? This takes me to the code on GitHub, and then this one, let's see what this does. Downloads the code directly. Okay, and I think these are supposed to have like the processing or P5 logo, so that might, at one point that was there, but I'm not sure what happened to that. Okay, so there's lots more that could be done. The timestamps are not here. That's something that I would want to add. So I'm looking for people to contribute all of these things. Like if you, again, I don't want to, my goal for this is not to take advantage of people's generosity and get free labor. Like if you are really interested, you know, I have people who are paid to work on porting but like building out the content to the website. But if this would be a enjoyable learning experience for you to pick one coding challenge or one video page or one thing and try to add some material to it, I welcome your contribution. So Joseph in the chat is saying GraphQL is a query language. So Eric writes, GraphQL, pronounced like graphical, is a dev endpoint for working with testing the graphical API or GraphQL API, which is a query language, a way to query data than multiple REST endpoints. So it's kind of like the beginnings of an API. So I would think that that's good news for like eventual development of being able to serve a lot of the content on the website as an API. So let's think about fractals, generative art. Let's add object-oriented programming as another topic, maybe. And I don't know if algorithmic botany really makes sense. These are kind of like tags. Let's add that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to here, whoops. Let's look at Git status. You can see that I've changed the object-oriented fractal trees page. I'm going to make a separate branch, which is live stream demo. I'm going to go to that branch. I'm going to hit add just to add those changes to the sort of Git staging thingy-mabob. Someday when I do a proper video about Git, I'll have the vocabulary at the ready. Then I'm going to write a commit message now. I always have the voice of Darius Kazemi in the back of my mind that says, don't do this! Don't just write a short message. So I'm going to do git commit. I'm going to follow the wise words and say like, this is a demonstration that I am doing live on YouTube to show how to contribute to the new coding train website. So the idea here is that I can see what's modified and I could write a longer, more thoughtful message. And I think there's a way to have a title but I'm going to then go ahead and quit out of here. No. How do I get out of this? I think I'm in like VI or Vim or something. No, wait, :Q, right? Or X? Oh, there was an error. I don't know what I did wrong. All right, I'm sorry, I failed. Live demo. Live demo of website edit. We'll just go back to this. Then I'm going to push it to git push origin that. And apologies, I realize some of you watching this, like this is all completely unfamiliar to. Just soak it in. Maybe check out my, well, there's plenty of wonderful materials online to learn about Git and GitHub. My tutorial series is called GitHub for Poets, which you would find on the website or YouTube. So I'm going to push this up. Oh, interesting. I'm not authenticated. Oh, crud. I made a mistake here, but let's see if I can do this real quickly. I usually have myself authenticated through keys on my machine. Then I just have a passcode, but I'm in my Coding Train login, which I guess I haven't done this. So let's see what happens here. If boy, you can't see the password that's on this phone, can you? Let me put it here. I'm going to have to redo that password. Yeah, it failed. Why did it fail? This is so sad. Isn't my username this? All right, well, this was kind of a little bit of a little, you can't use it. I mean, I have two-factor and all of that. So I guess I probably want to use the CLI or be authenticated through my keys. I wonder if I had cloned it actually through, I didn't think to do this, but usually, oh, what? Oh, because I'm not logged in. I usually clone it through, hold on. How do I do that info thing? I want to see if I have a key stored. A global. Look at the chat. Need a pass. Go to GitHub settings. Create a token. Okay, but I'm not even logged in. I don't know what happened to me. I want to make this happen. Let's go forth. All right. I'm stubborn. I'm going to make this happen. Now I need to go to my two-factor. Okay, so what are people telling me I need to do? That I should not be doing while showing. But I probably should not be showing live. Use the CLI. It's easy to authenticate. Generate a token on the website, use that instead of a password. All right, where do I do that? Token, developer settings, password and authentication. I really should probably not be having this open live. Keys. Yeah, that's why I cloned it. This is still, okay. Let's go back. Everybody, stay calm. I'm going to do this. I cloned it with HTTPS, which is what to do if you're not like logged in through your account, but I can use SSH. Try to. Let's try this. Yes, this is me being authenticated now. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. We're just gonna do this again. I'm gonna run in. I'm pretend none of that happened. Developer settings, generate token. So I could have done that. Where was that? Developer settings. Developer settings. Personal access token. All right, I'm moving to this view just in case it shows it. Expiration custom. I'm going to have this expire tomorrow. Live. And select scopes. Can I do everything? Oh boy, this is bad. I'm giving myself every possible permission. Generate token. Copy it. Okay. So I made a personal access token. And now let's try it back in here. Just curious, git push origin live stream demo. So Shiftman password. So put in my personal access token I just created. Ah, there we go. So that works. So I can show you that page that doesn't have the access token on it anymore. But wherever that was, I think I might have closed it actually. But now, all right. So sorry for that slight diversion. This is why this stuff is hard and confusing to navigate, because there's so many different ways to do it and so many ways that you could get stuck. But the way that I usually work with GitHub is by cloning repos through Secure Shell, SSH. And I've set up all sorts of configuration settings on my computer to allow that. What I happen to do here, I hear this GitHub CLI is particularly useful, so you can look into installing that. But what happened is I used this particular URL, which is what you would use if you're not authenticated into it's not like your repo, or you're not authenticated into it. And then you're able to, you can generate a personal token and all that kind of stuff, is what I showed you. So, but that's neither here nor there. The important thing is you'll see that all of a sudden, I now have this new branch called live stream demo. I'm going to do compare and pull request. I'm going to say I'm adding description to coding challenge, OOP fractal tree. And this is happening live right now. I'm going to create this pull request. Oh, and I forgot to show you how to run the tests. So one thing I should have done, by the way, and you can see here, this is what I changed, right? It's showing me the new description, the new topics. And one thing that I should have done first is do npm run test, because this will check the changes to see if there is a typo or error in it, but they all passed. So for example, if I were to go back to this and if I were to forget this quote, obviously like Visual Studio Code is showing me through syntax highlighting that there's a mistake. But if I were to do this and do npm run test, it's going to tell me that the tests failed. And if sometimes I can sort of figure out, but like syntax error at this place and blah, blah, blah. So I could go back to the file and try to figure out what I got wrong. The pull request itself is actually running these tests. So it is running a test, and it's even going to do a deploy preview, I think. So I'm going to wait for that to happen. I'm going to take a look at the chat. The CLI is good, people are saying. Yeah, it's using Jest. I did not write any of the tests. Again, this website was designed and developed by Design Systems International. Let's see how their Google, this is their website. They did the website for processing, and you can see other projects of theirs on their website, and they are doing the Coding Train website, which at some point will, I would expect will hopefully appear. Wow, they redid their website recently, which I assume will at some point appear on their website as well. So check out Design Systems International. Let's see here. Joseph asks, are you using ESLint to share styles? I don't know. I would like to. I wanted to. One thing that's changing. So the previous website, in addition to holding all of the metadata around all of the videos, also held the actual source code for the videos. And I'm now going to decouple that. It was way too much to manage within one GitHub repository. So any page on the website, like this being one of them, the code examples are all links to URLs outside of the website itself. Now, one thing that's a little bit weird is that the URL that's going to the source code for processing is currently pointing to the old website's repository, because that's where the code is, but it's my intention to move those. So that's another project that I absolutely need help with. I would like to make one repo for all the coding challenges. Sometimes, like for the wave function collapse project, I just have a whole repo that's just wave function collapse. For Monty Hall, I have that. So the source code is going to be able to be flexibly in more than one place under any kind of organization on a case-by-case basis, and then the web page just links to it. Chris, I talked a bit about how the website, how it's a static build using Gatsby and that kind of thing. I'm going to be revisiting this again more in future streams. I guess these take quite a bit of time. I don't know if, but look, we have no, that's a deploy log. If I think I probably have to log into Netlify. Oh, I am logged in. So we can see, so I have a Netlify account, and what this is showing is that this is kind of like, what happens is anytime GitHub and Netlify are linked to each other. And so basically, like when there are changes made to the source code repository on GitHub, communication happens that tells Netlify, hey, you can rebuild, run all the Gatsby build commands to rebuild the website to host it. So it's not re-hosting it. The actual website, like this is Coding Team Preview. And if I go to challenges and that same page, right? This is the page on the live Netlify preview, the live website. This is the localhost page. And you can see localhost page has these extra topics. The live website does not. But at some point, it takes quite a while, I guess. Wait, is it there? Is it getting there? Yeah, deploy preview ready. So I think I can go here. Yes, look at this. So this is what's so cool about using Netlify. It created a deploy preview. So I could actually see what the website looks like with the new changes I've made before it goes to the live website. And it would look this way even when it's at thecodingtrain.com. Actually, I don't know what it'll look like. Maybe it'll do some kind of subdomain thing. So I should wait for all the tests to finish before I merge it. I kind of know it's going to be fine. Maybe I'll wait. Let's see if there's other questions. And then once I merge it, those changes would then appear live on the actual website. So this is such a useful process, because even if you don't want, if you're not doing this locally, like let me show you. Probably the way that you're more likely to engage with this is like, and somebody did this recently. If I go here to spelling fixes. So for example, Supercrafter went through the website and made just like small edits to a lot of different pages. And then I looked at them and merged them. But I can actually just do that through the GitHub interface itself. Like for example, if I were to go to a different challenge, like the Barnsley Fern, and go here to index.json, and if I wanted to edit the description, I could just do it right here in the GitHub interface. And I could say, visualizing the Barnsley Fern fractal with processing, Java. And then I could, this is a trivial change, but do we have fractals, generative art? What were some things that I said, like algorithmic botany? I don't know that we need that as a tag, but so if I wanted to add those, demonstrate updating Barnsley, I spelled that wrong, Barnsley Fern. And then I could create a new branch and live demo 2, propose change. And then I could make this a pull request. Now I can look at this pull request. Chris, I appreciate your comments about wanting to see a database layer and a dynamic setup, but I made a very specific decision to go with a static website. It was a long discussion that we ran around a lot of circles on, and I appreciate your feedback. And we'll see what happens in the future, but this is definitely the direction that I've chosen to go in. So now we can see that this one has completed running its tests. And I can merge it in. So I'm going to hit merge. And then at some point, it will take some time. This being the actual preview of the website on Netlify. I can refresh here. And at some point, the new website will build and we'll see the new topics coming in. OK, so I'm trying to think of what else I might want. Oh, yes, the most important part. So what I didn't get to really show here now, but I'm going to show you in a second, is here under closed. Let's look at this one. So yesterday, I believe, I received this wonderful pull request from Ru-A, who contributed their particular project. So if you want to create your own, so let's look at the website to see where this is. So I'm going to go to challenges, and which one was this that I'm looking at? This one is L16 L systems. So where was that? I'm going to go to, why am I lost here? I'm on the website. I'm going to 16. I don't know what order they're in. I'm going to go here. And one of the things you'll see, where is it? Is this the wrong one? Okay, hold on. Let's figure out what's going on here. So I am on Challenges 16 L Systems Fractal Tree Showcase. This was merged. Contribution 6. So why is it not showing up? Let's look at it locally here for a second. So I'm going to look at the local version. Whoops. Challenges, video. I'm going to videos, challenges. Oh my God, it's afternoon already? This is insane. I guess I should have allocated a lot more time for the website. Let's go to 16 Fractal Tree L System, Passenger Showcase. So let's now look at what's in there. Showcase. So contribution 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there it is. Did I just not scroll far enough to the right? Let's go back to here. No. Oh, maybe it hasn't redeployed. Do I have to do something to redeploy the website? Because it's actually showing here. So this is what I was trying to show you. You can, by creating your own JSON file and uploading a thumbnail image, and the plan is to both have a CLI as well as a form that you can enter in to do this. So you ultimately don't have to do it by like manually creating a JSON file. You can see this is the contribution and it appears. Okay, so what I'm confused about is why it's not actually appearing on the main website. Do I need to do something to actually, I'm not logged in. All right, I'll have to figure this out. I didn't realize that maybe there's an extra step that when something is merged to main for it to redeploy to the actual website itself, because I'm not seeing it. I'm still looking at the preview. I know, but the preview is, sorry, it's confusing. The preview is the live website right now. I just haven't, this is not a deploy preview. I probably shouldn't have called it preview. I should have called it coding train almost published to be moved to the actual domain. This is the equivalent of the live website. Unless it's just cached, because I looked at that page before. Let's just try this. Videos, tracks. No, I always am going videos, challenges. What was I looking for? This one. I'm going to force refresh. Yeah, I don't know why it's not building. It's there? How is it there? Thank you. Yes, I see the discussion is continuing, and I totally get it. I appreciate the feedback. I don't think it's a perfect solution by any means, and I definitely would like to do. I plan to do. I mean, I'm kind of realizing how long this takes, but I plan to do a full live stream. This is practically becoming that, dedicated to the website and being more organized about how to walk people through working on it. You stayed on the page and refreshed just now. So weird. I'm not seeing it here. But let's go, just out of curiosity, let's go to this one. Which one? The object, this one. Oh yeah, this appeared. So this is strange. So the changes I just made today appeared. So maybe there's like a caching thing going on. Let me just go to like a new incognito window and go to challenges and which one? This one is the one I'm looking for. No, so strange. Oh, does it maybe only show a certain number, not all of them? No, I think it, whoops. I think it shows, it's very hard to scroll this. That's one actually little bit of feedback that might, oh, I have this here. Like, does it only show a random number of them? All right, I have to move on. Hold shift, yes, I've done that. I've held shift, pressed the refresh button many times. I think it's time for me to move on to the next part of today's live stream. So I wanted to come back to Monty Hall. Let me come back to Monty Hall. Sorry, I got a little, that drained me, getting stuck with a few things and trying to like maneuver between all these different windows. How's everybody doing? I need a break for sure. There should be moderators on this stream, yes. But you know, sometimes that's not the case. So if we need some moderation help, let's get there. Okay. Interestingly enough, just one last, indulge me with one last check. So where I should see it, oh no, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm lost. Never mind. I'm going to come back to this later. And yeah, it should. So I went through a sort of opening discussion about this, but I encourage everybody to play around with the website, to add your versions of things you've made from the videos to it, and stay tuned. In early June, I will be returning to do a much longer session, probably on Twitch, where we just spend all day kind of helping people and through adding stuff to the website. Okay. Well, in theory, I was going to be done in about 40 minutes, but I'll probably go long. So thank you, Mustafa. Okay. So let's go to the coding train for a second. Under videos, and here under the Monty Hall problem. What, am I not logged? I'm not logged. Oh, I'm in the incognito window. Okay, let's go back to here. And okay, so I'll let this play. I'm going to do, and let's look at the comments. So if you haven't seen this video yet, I would love for you to check it out. This was a lot of fun to make. My diagrams about Bayes' theorem are still over there on the whiteboard. And so I wanted to just talk about a few things. So first, let me just show you, in case you didn't see, that if you want to experiment with this problem, here is the web demo. So the Monty Hall problem, I'm going to just re-explain it briefly. I'm going to talk about what I missed in the video for those of you who might have watched it. And thank you for all the comments and the feedback. This is the Monty Hall problem. There is a prize behind one of these doors. In the video, I sort of say it's a trip on the coding train express. So I'm going to pick door 1. So I picked door 1, and then door 2 was open. Now this happened very fast. In an actual sequence of playing this game out in a game show, there would be a lot of fanfare and a lot of drama. Now the idea is that once I pick door number 1, the doors without the prize have a goat behind them, is what you're using here. You know, of course, the goat we all know is the true prize. But the idea here is that I've picked door number 1, and the host is going to open door number 2 to say, like, aha, look, there's a goat here. So now, in theory, do you want to keep your door? Oh, I'm going to offer you a chance to switch. I'm like trying to re-explain this and running into some of the same issues. So there's a couple things that in the video I didn't explain too well. Now, in an actual game show, it might be that the host is intentionally trying to mislead you or not really explain all of the ins and outs of what's going on and just create this fun scenario where you have to really dramatically decide whether you're like, are you going to switch and maybe you really had it, or are you going to keep what you have but maybe you really should have switched? Like, what do you do? And it sort of feels like a coin toss at this point because there's 2 doors. We know the prize is in one of those places. But what is really important about this probability, the specific problem that I'm talking about, is that the host is all-knowing. The host knows what's behind all the doors. So the host couldn't, so if the host didn't know anything and they were just like, you picked door number 1, well, let's show you one of the doors just to see. The host could by accident show you the prize. And then, you know, you have a 100% chance of losing at that point, right? You can't pick or switch because you can't switch someone. But in this case, the host, there's only a couple possibilities. One, if there's only three scenarios, right? One is you picked the correct prize, in which case it doesn't matter which door the host opens. You've got the prize under your door. The other scenario is the prize was actually under door number 3, so the host has to open door number 2. The other scenario is the prize is under door number 2, and so the host has to open up door number 3. So I'm not necessarily doing a better job explaining this than I did in the video, but I'm just trying to sort of rehash it and explain that I wasn't incredibly clear about that, the host being, I didn't mention it, but you know, it's a little tricky to follow in the video. And so one of the things that I did in the video in particular, maybe we can find one of these comments. Let's just look and see if any of I meant to go through and like, YouTube keeps changing its interface and I can't find the comments now. Here they are. Let's just see. There were some useful ones that people had get some nice corrections to me. Yes, so this is Simon has a great comment here. So one of the things that I said in the video was that and you could think of it as there are 4 possibilities, right? Back to these doors again. Or no, what was I? Oh, I was at the demo. Let me go back to Simon's comment. Sorry. I've lost what I'm doing here. Where's Simon's comment? There it is. You could think of it. Let's refresh this. Right, I'm picking door number 1. If the prize, I said, like, let's say, if the prize is behind door number 2, then the host has to open up door number 3. If the prize is behind door number 3, the host has to open up door number 2. That's 2 scenarios. Now, what if the prize is behind door number 1. Well, in the way that I explained it, you might have been misled that there are now 2 other possibilities, because the host could open door 2 or door 3. But those are one scenario, right? The idea that the way to think about this, and I think this is much more clear, and maybe I'll just use the whiteboard for a second, is that hello, welcome to the Monty Hall problem. I am going to pick, I'm the contestant. I'm going to pick door number 1. And now Monty Hall is going to say, you could have door number 1, or you could have both doors number 2 and 3. So, if they all had prizes on them, first of all, you'd probably want to take these 2, because probably the combined prizes would be more than just one prize. But regardless of, I don't know why I went off on that tangent, you would want to switch, because if you could have 2 chances out of 3 over 1 chance out of 3, then absolutely you would want to. So those are the 3, there's really only 3 possibilities. Doors behind here, the prize is here, the prize is here, or the prize is here. If you pick both doors 2 and 3, you're going to lose when the prize is here, but you're going to win when it's here, and you're going to win when it's here. So 2 out of 3 times, you're going to win. So it's very hard to wrap your head around it. Obviously, I think it's often demonstrated well through playing out the simulation. That's what this is for. So if I put on auto run, it's going to just play the game over and over again. I'm going to turn the speed way up, and we're going to see it's just playing it and randomly deciding whether to switch or stay. And you can see over time, right now it's kind of doing better than expected. It's hovering up around 68 or 69%, but over time, and this should be around 33%, and this should be around 67%. The other thing that I like about this demonstration is I can change to have it 25 doors, for example. So let me just do this for a second. So let's say I pick door 18, and the host shows all of those doors have goats. Do I want to switch? I do really, right? Because yeah, there we go. And I won the prize. So we could do this again many, many times. And, I'm going to, at some point I might lose by accident. And then if I auto run this one, we're going to see that I haven't even, so far out of all these times, I'm still at 0%. Eventually at some point, this will be more than 0%. Let's wait and see. Right. So Alex is saying the best explanation is from Brilliant. So one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this video today, one is I just like to revisit previous videos that I made in the live stream and answer any questions and talk about comments. And I need to do a better job of being prepared for that because there were some other great comments there in that thread. But I want to move on to looking at some Apple basic stuff today. And I also want to tell you about today's sponsor. And I am going to manually... Oh, I know why the banner didn't show up. Because I'm a dum-dum, and the banner appears on this screen, not on the other screen. That's why it didn't show up at the beginning. So I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Brilliant. So this live demo that I did of the Monty Hall problem, where you can interact with it and try any given scenario, whether auto running it. This is like pales in comparison to all of the incredible demonstrations and interactive lessons on math and science and probability and calculus and etc. that are on the Brilliant website. So let's walk over. I'm not walking anywhere. I'm just going in my browser over to Brilliant. Brilliant is a website full of interactive lessons and challenges and courses on all sorts of topics. And the thing that I like to talk about is, I appreciate that people watching the Coding Train watch my videos and that maybe you gain some inspiration, you learn something, but the most important thing of watching my videos is then trying it yourself. And Brilliant is a thing that's all you're basically doing is trying things yourself. And I think the best thing for me to show is just look at all these courses. Every time I look at this list of courses, I'm like, oh, I want to do that one and that one and that one. Beautiful Geometry is absolutely one of my favorites. Great ideas for doing coding challenges and stuff about fractals and infinity and all sorts of beautiful stuff. I wanted to look today at the probability course, which is there's several different courses, but I want to look at the Introduction to Probability course. I do want to point out, though, before I get there, and I think this should come up, that one of the courses that Brilliant has is their neural network course that I was looking at recently. And there's this incredible, I usually show the demonstration of it recognizing handwritten digits, but this course actually allows you to play with neurons and activation functions to look at how the weights affect the output neuron and adjusting those weights and looking at how activation functions and the different bits and parts of neural networks work. So I really recommend, if you're interested in machine learning and neural network stuff, I would definitely recommend looking at that. Let me come back over to here. So let's start this probability course together for a little bit. Sorry, Simon, I don't have Discord open right now. I screwed up my screens today, so I will look at it briefly. If it's urgent, you're going to have to tell me sooner somehow what you're trying to get to me. Okay, so let's start this lesson. And let's make this, Suppose scientists detected a large asteroid headed straight for Earth. If the asteroid were to collide with Earth, how likely do you think it would be to hit a city? All right. About as likely as a person being hit by lightning. About as likely as an expecting mother having twin children. About as likely as a person correctly guessing a 6-sided die roll. Okay, I really don't think it's the bottom. Like if you think about the surface area of the Earth, how much of that, first of all, so much of it is just ocean, right? Then the parts that's not ocean, how much of it is it city? So I definitely think that, I'm seeing there's a question in the chat about why I don't interact with the chat. I do my best. I'm really trying to get, someday I'll have this all worked out, but I'm doing my best. But yes, the chat is not my primary point of focus. I mean, I want to say like, it's probably the hit by lightning. I don't, maybe it's twin. Like how often? What is the probability of having twins? I don't know. It's certainly one of these two. What do you all think? I'm looking at the chat to see. I'm just going to go with. I'm going to go with lightning. By the end of the lesson, we'll find out which answer was correct. Okay. Well, clearly it's more likely to strike land. I think that's right. It can't hit a city. Oh, it can't hit a city without also hitting land. Okay. So that's true. So, okay. So that was obvious. The question kind of tricked me because I sort of thought of it as city or non-city. Again, this is why I like these. And I haven't done this course before. I specifically waited to do this with you live so I could embarrass myself fully in front of you all. The map shows the distribution of land and water. Okay. So let's use it to estimate the probability that asteroid hits land. It's less likely. That to me with this. By the way, this is really interesting to look at this perspective view. Most of the times that we look at maps, and this is something I've talked about in other videos, like Mercator projection, or different kinds of ways of taking the Earth that is a sphere and turning it into a flat map, really distorts the relative scale. But looks like this view is doing a fairly accurate job. But regardless, I can see that it's less likely to hit land. Okay, less of the Earth's surface is covered by land than by water. Okay, that's right. So let's keep going. All right. Now imagine reshaping the areas covered by land and water, a pair of rectangles. This is cool. See, like my instinct when I see these things is like, oh, I want to make this in P5. Okay, so this is cool. Adjust the divider. So I'm going to say this. Too much water. Okay. Correct. 70%. Okay. 30% covered by land. There is a 1 out of 3 chance that the asteroid hits land. Okay. All cities are on land.
Sorry. Could you...
Define the probability of event identified on a grid of all outcomes. The probability of event is the area of the event divided by the area of the entire grid. That totally makes sense. So let's look at that likely the asteroid hits some particular country if we know it hits land. So Russia covers 11% of all land. So it's 11% of the 30%. I think I might have been wrong here, but let's see. 11%, Canada 6%, China 6%. So Russia being the largest, we would say that it's most likely to be hit. Correct. By the way, one of the really nice things about Brilliant also is I can see these explanations as well. That one was fairly intuitive for me, so I don't, but many a time I'm checking. Oh, and I have a hint. Since an earthbound asteroid is more likely to hit Russia and India, we can also estimate how much more likely. So how much more likely is the asteroid to hit Russia than India? Well, if Russia is 11% and India is 2%, wouldn't it be 5 times more likely? Because 2 times 5 is 10. I hope that's right. I could look at the hint. Correct. Okay, I got it right. We saw earlier that the asteroid hits a city with a probability of 30%. By now we know probability equals relative area. We can get much better estimate by finding Earth's total urban area. Okay, this nighttime view of the Mediterranean Sea. Oh, cities show up as since they're brightly lit. Oh, that's a lot more city than I thought. That's more city than I saw just looking at this sort of European area. What kind of land are the vast majority of cities located? Near water. Okay. Okay. Coastal. It turns out 10% of all land on Earth is coastal. So being struck by lightning is exceedingly rare. I think it must be the twins thing, but I think my instinct was wrong. So 10% of the land is coastal land. Is that the green land? I'm confused. Or the yellow? I'm confused. 70% is that what I want, or I want it the other way? Is green coastal? Too much coast. No, the other way around. Okay, right. The yellow is coastal. I guess I should have gotten that. Okay, correct. Splitting all land area into coast and inland gives us 3 regions. Got it. 10%. 90%. All right. What's the probability that the asteroid strikes coastal land, the strip of land that touches water? Okay. So it's 10% of 30%. That should be 3%, right? 3%. Well, okay. I definitely do not have a 3% chance of being struck by lightning, but I think that's probably, that sounds like about the probability for twins. But maybe cities aren't all the coast, I'm not sure. Since only 3% of the, probably asking to coastline is 3%, okay. The vast majority of cities are in coastal land. The probability of the city impact should be no greater than 3%. What information would let us add cities to the grid? The total number of cities on Earth, the total number of coastal cities on Earth, the percentage of Earth's coastal land area that's covered by cities. Well, I would say the last one. Yeah, everyone's. I want to say this. Let's look at the hint. I feel like I need a hint here. Which would be easier to represent on a grid? A number of cities or a percentage of land? Yes, definitely a percentage of land. So I was right, because these are useful to know the total number of cities, but that doesn't really give us any sense of like how much land they're taking up, because how big are the cities, etc. There could be 1 million cities if they're all like tiny, tiny cities. That would be much less than 100,000 super big cities. Okay, correct. Okay. Turns out that 10% of all coastal land is covered by cities. So it means we can split up coastal land and strip into 2 regions. So 10% of 3% is 0.3%. And that's sounding much more like probability of having twins. Yeah, again, like if there's a 0.3% chance of being struck by lightning, I don't know if that's in your lifetime or on any given day. That would obviously there'd be a slight, but I think it's so remote that almost there's probably not that much of a distinction between those two. Having twins. Okay. So I definitely got it wrong. I don't know. I felt like, so sometimes I have this instinct. Does it happen to you where I feel like I'm trying to be tricked by the question? So to me, it seemed like the obvious answer was having twins, but I thought I was trying to be tricked by the question. So I got afraid and suddenly went by struck by lightning. But obviously, if what I love about this lesson, first of all, is that I got it wrong, and the steps really made it obvious how to think this through. So that was great. Okay, review and reflect. Puzzling result from medicine. So actually, I wonder if, look at me on my 6-day streak. People, there's lots of excellent feedback in the chat. So, the idea of this problem, by the way, is not really to get into the nitty gritty of actual, like, sort of asteroid behavior. It's more of a thought experiment of this very, like, sort of constrained, scoped problem of, well, there happens to be an asteroid going towards Earth. It has an equal probability of hitting any given, like, latitude and longitude, which may not actually be true based on, like, how the Earth spins and all the gravitational stuff of all the things around it. Continue. I didn't see that. So I'm going to move on now, but the reason why I really like this lesson, thank you. Continue. So this is really interesting because I have a feeling, and that this is leading towards Bayesian probability. So one of the most, I in my video about the Monty Hall problem, I tried to relate, and we can see this still here, the Monty Hall problem to Bayesian probability analysis and Bayes' theorem. And I'm not going to rehash this right now, but essentially this is Bayes' theorem, and I was using various probability analyses of different pieces of the 3-door problem to then calculate the probability that you will win if you switch doors, which is 2/3. A much more common way to understand about to learn about Bayesian probability analysis is to look at the common scenario is looking at a medical testing. So because one of the interesting things about a medical test, testing, like, for example, if we think about, the COVID pandemic, for example, a coronavirus test, is the tests aren't 100% reliable, right? If I get a positive test saying I have COVID, well, there's a high likelihood I really do have COVID, but there's a chance there that was a false positive. Vice versa, if the test is negative, there's probably a higher chance of false negative. Again, don't quote me on these figures. I'm just talking about in the sort of abstract sense. So getting a positive result is dependent, one, on the rate of false positives, but not just that, it also depends on, like, how common is having this disease or this. I've seen this done with different tests for cancer, for example. So, for example, if let's make up something like coding train illness, coding trainitis, if there's only a 0.000000001% chance, 1 out of 100 million people in the world ever get coding trainitis. We all have coding trainitis, by the way. It's just, it makes your arms move around like a kind of crazy person. So 1 out of, hundreds of millions of people get it. Even if you get a positive test, it's so unlikely that you would have it. What's the rate of false positives? That's all of those prior probabilities are, as well as the sort of event probabilities associated with taking the test, are going to inform the actual likelihood that you actually have coding trainitis. So that was kind of a very cursory. This is why, you listen to me talk about this, and that was kind of I would say a B- explanation. But if I'm assuming that if I were to go on to complete this course, we're going to start getting, we're going to be walked through how to learn about probability and thinking about real world situations. The probability to chance affects the results of imperfect disease tests. Okay. Alex is saying that Pacific Ocean is actually 35%. So thank you for Brilliant for sponsoring the coding train today. Thank you to all of you for watching the Coding Train in this sponsorship segment. I really find that it works well because it's like I'm not even veering off my content because my content is working through these kinds of interesting probability problems and math problems and geometry problems. And these working through these always give me ideas for things to do in future coding videos and coding challenges. So if you want to learn more about Brilliant, go to brilliant.org/codingtrain. You can sign up for free and get started giving it a try. That lets them know you found Brilliant from me. And if you want to unlock everything that Brilliant has to offer, the first 200 people to do so will get 20% off the premium subscription. I'll also just point out that if you already have Brilliant, you can gift a subscription, which is a really nice thing to do for somebody. You don't know what to get for them. They seem to have everything, but they like learning. You don't want to give them like stuff that's more like plastic and all of that you just kind of goes into a landfill. Here we go. This is a great gift as well. Okay, so I'm going to take like a less than 3-minute break. Remember how I was going to stop in the middle? It's 12:45 already. I'm going to give myself to 1:30, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to start doing some basic programming in an emulator, and maybe I'll move my camera to show you what's going on with my Apple II Plus as well. I'm going to do that during the break. All right, here we go into intermission land. All right, so you know what? I'm just going to put this on. I'm going to hopefully be less than 5 minutes. I wonder if I can't. It's a video that plays. It's not, the timer's not dynamic, so I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. But I am giving myself 5 minutes. All right, I'm going to switch the camera to this. Hopefully you're seeing the Apple II Plus computer right now and hearing me okay. I can fade out the music. Let me bring, so I can see the chat, let me bring this iPad over here with me. Oh, no. Okay, great. All right, hi everybody. Hello, camera. So this is my Apple II Plus that if you've been following my saga that I've been posting a bit on Twitter about, that this is my original childhood computer, but I did get it to work for about a half an hour when I first turned it on. And I'm just going to say hi. But since then, the power supply some of the capacitors in started to smoke and fry. And so one of the things that I was able to do is I got this, let me see if I'm just going to move the camera down a little bit. I'm not seeing a live picture of the camera, so I don't know what I'm doing, but this is a power supply that I got from Reactive Micro. I don't know how well this is going to work. Maybe just moving the camera around, but you can see it here. So this is a rebuilt power supply. So I have that now built. Comes with a nice little fan. And so, so that works quite well. What I'm going to do is turn it on. And turn this on. And I then also had some problems with the logic board. And this is actually not the original. I took all the expansion cards out. I tried to fix some things, like remove some of these chips and like check connections and stuff and clean some things, but I wasn't having luck. I actually just bought a repaired logic board for an Apple II Plus off of eBay, and that's what's in here right now. So last I checked, this was working, but let's see what's happening here. And this is the monitor, which I don't think is going to work. So what I'm going to do right now, unfortunately, my monitor has also stopped working. And I was told, don't open up your monitor, you get electrocuted. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to plug in this video cable. I have this like little, there we go. Look. So I don't know what you're seeing now. So I don't know why I'm seeing garbledness. That's not a good sign. There we go. Look at that. Apple II Plus. So things are working. And I have a stand for this monitor and everything. I should have clearly gotten that ready. And I can type things like print. Now, by the way, I cleaned the keyboard, but spacebar I still can't get to work. I don't know why. I cleaned the keyboard and kind of like took it apart, and so the keyboard is working much better now. Print. Oops. Whoops. Choo-choo. So I've typed print choo-choo, and I'm going to hit enter. And there we go. We wrote some Apple Basic, and there it is. I'm just looking at the chat right now. So I'm trying to figure out what. So next week I'm planning to shoot this, create this course, and I'm hopefully by this weekend I'm going to have more time to work on seeing. Somebody told me just try banging on your monitor. Maybe I'll buy another monitor off eBay. Maybe I'll just use this monitor. But I really want to do the course on this actual computer. But it is quite awkward, especially right now, for me to do that. So I just wanted to show this to you. I'm going to turn it off now.
and turn off the monitor. And I am going to, hello, I'm going to go back to my computer and run an emulator to show you some of the basic stuff. Put the monitor in front of the keyboard. What does that mean? Yeah, Chris is writing, my grandfather has an Apple II. He's keeping as his father's memoirs on the floppy disk. So these drives do work. So if I can help you read some disks, these drives work. But I don't know that I want to be responsible for some precious, restoring some preciousness like that. Okay. Oh, the camera wasn't on the monitor wall. So apologies. I'm going to just leave the camera here, and I'm going back to my computer. Well, let me bring this back with me. Okay, so here I am. My computer went to sleep. Let's look for so this is one that this is a great, let's use this one because this is a true emulator. Let's see. Okay. How do I get the DOS prompt with this? Do I have to load something? I want to load AppleSoft Basic. Let's see. Beagle Basic. I have the Beagle Basic disks. Let's just go to blank DOS. Okay. Okay, great. Oh, no, that's not it. Boot. Oh, is this what I want? Oh, look at this. I haven't used this emulator before. I was using a different emulator, but I just found this one. Oops. I'm confused. Let's open up Beagle Basic. I'm very confused by this emulator. Nobody wants to help me in the chat. Hold on, let's keep looking. I actually was using this really cool downloadable emulator. Yeah, this is the one I was using. This one's pretty wild. Okay, let's try this. So I'm going to run this emulator. I like having it as a totally separate application. And I'm sure that I'm going to have to do this. Okay, we want to do AppleSoft Basic Interpreter. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to put caps lock on. All right, we're in business here. So let me go to Apple Basic Reference. Okay, this is a pretty good reference. All right, so I have been studying up on Basic in the last couple of weeks. So but the one thing I didn't get a chance to experiment with yet is graphics mode. And so I want to do some programming today in I want to do some programming today using graphics mode. So let's just get started by writing a program. So the way you write a program in BASIC is you have to give line numbers. And I'm going to create line number 10. I'm just going to call home. So home is a command, by the way, that clears the screen. If I type list, it's going to show me what's in my program. If I type run, it's going to run my program. So actually, we should do 10 print. Let's try to get 10 print going. So let's do 10 print. 10 print coding train. So if you remember, and this is going to go to the old website, but that's fine. This video that I did to create the 10 print algorithm in P5.js using canvas and drawing. 10 print comes from the old Commodore 64, this famous one line of code that either prints a random forward slash or a backward slash. And when you layer that line by line by line, it ends up creating this maze pattern. So I know that I could say line 20 print slash. So if I were to run this program, it's going to clear the screen and print a slash. And then if I were to say line 30, print forward slash, then I could say I could run the program. Let's look at the program again. I'm printing backslash and forward slash. I could run the program. And I wonder if this is big enough for everybody. I should maybe zoom in on it. And I get backslash and forward slash. Now, how do I print them without the line break if I want multiple calls to print? This I actually don't know. So the question is, so let's see what happens if I just now add line 40 and I say go to 20. So go to, this is like one of the wonderful things about old-timey basic programming is when you get to the way that you control the flow of a program is by actually referencing specific line numbers. So this is now going to be essentially an infinite loop where it's going to clear the screen, print backslash, print forward slash, go to 20. And so now I'm going to hit run. And we can see. Now, how would I get it to do that, though, without the line breaks? Semicolon at the end, I'm being told. Now, I need to Control C. We'll quit the program. So, so if I change it to print forward slash semicolon, 30 print backslash semicolon, and now run it. There we go. Okay, so this is now, but I'm obviously not picking them randomly. So how do I pick them randomly? Well, there is an R&D function in BASIC. So I know, and somebody in the chat, I think, just put it in there. This could certainly be done. The whole point of this whole sort of conceit of the 10 print program is you do it in one line of code. But I am going to attempt to do it sort of written in a lengthier way. So the first thing that I want to do is store a random number. So I'm going to add a line of code. The reason why I numbered them 10, 20, 30, 40 is so I know I need a line of code needs to go between 10 and 20. So I'm going to make that 15. And I'm going to say let R equal RND1. And I believe if I were to say print RND1, right, you can see it's giving me a random number between 0 and 1. Right, so there already is built into even AppleSoft Basic a random number generator. So looking at the program, I get this R value, which equals random 1. So now I want to say, I'm going to say line 16, if R is greater than 0.5, then go to 30. So, so basically what I'm doing is, this is a very awkward, clunky way of doing it, but this is fun. If the number is greater than 0.5, There's a 50% chance of that. Skip all the way to line 30, which will say print the /. Now, if that's not the case, it's not going to go to 30, so it's going to go on to line 20 and print the /. So then at 25, I should say go to 40. Right? If we look at this program now, this is so wonky. But basically I'm saying pick a random number. I can zoom into this so I can gesture to it a little bit. Pick a random number. If that random is greater than 0.5, then skip here to do /. Then we get to here, and we go to line, we don't want to go to line 20. Line 40 needs to go back to line 15 now. So 40 has to go to line 15. Right? So if R is greater than 0.5, go to print the /, then get another number. If it's not greater than 0.5, we're going to, print the /. If it's not greater than 0.5, we're going to print the /. And then I guess this could actually just say go to 15, but I kind of like the idea of like skipping this line because what if there are other things that were supposed to happen? So now I am going to run this program. And here we go. It is 10 print. Oh, this is so awesome. I didn't realize how happy this was going to make me. I think I'm done. I should have done that as a coding challenge, make a little video. I'm going to do Apple Basic coding challenges after next week. Oh my God, so fun. First of all, also, like, I don't know if you can see this, but I just love the sort of zoomed in look of these little like rectangular pixels. Just so lovely. All right, so there's so much more I could do with this and demonstrate, but I wanted to look at the thing, and I've been working with Apple Basic a lot in the last week, but I wanted to look at graphics mode and just see how that was. So can I save this somehow? Save 10 print dot p. What was there was a file extension for a basic program. I don't remember what it is, but maybe I could do txt. Did that actually save it somewhere? Today 107. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. I don't know where this is on my computer, but that's cool. It saved it somewhere. I'll figure out where. Local 10, it's probably just in like a default directory. I guess if I were to go to, I'm just curious, where did it save it? Coding train microMB 10 print.txt. Awesome, that's really cool. So I could, if I were to say new is a command that clears your program. So there's no problem. Can I say load 10 print.txt? Load 10 print.txt. Oh man! I think, to be honest, I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is using the computer more as a prop and doing the actual coding more on an emulator. I also, but what I was going to say is the one that I was using is not a true emulator from what I understand. Is it this one? No. Yeah, this one. So this is one that I was using, which is really fun because like it's a little bit easier because I can just sort of like type I have basically access to a more like modern text editor. And so for example, now if I were to go and grab this code here, paste it in here and hit run, like I've got the program running here, but it's quite a bit easier for me to like mess around with it. You know, I could say like, oh, let's change this to 0.75. And now I'm much more likely to have the /, et cetera, et cetera. By the way, one thing that I found interesting is that there's no native Apple Basic delay function. And the way that you would write a delay function, I'm going to show you, is let's make 45, go to 15. I'm going to say for I forget equals 1 to 5,000. Next, next I. So the way to do a delay is just to build into your code like a loop where nothing happens. So let's just see what this does. Right? So now I have like this slight delay and it's doing them just like line by line. But I look, there's no wait, there's no sleep, nothing like that in Apple Basic. I think this is actually, weirdly enough, the standard way to do it. Also, I should point out, then this is what I can do. I can also make like, I can put this as a function. Now, it's not really a function, but I can take this line of code and put it at like line 1000. Then I can add a return statement right after it. And so now I can use the go sub. Go sub is like a way of calling a function, go to a subroutine. This is a subroutine with line numbers much higher later that I can run this code and then return will send me back. So this, if I just wanted to make it a slight delay, let's change it to 500. This would work. Pretty interesting stuff, huh? So I would love to build out like full projects with Apple Basic. Okay. So now, what did I want to do? I wanted to look at, and I'm going to take a little bit of time here to look at the graphics mode. So let's see, let's use this GR. Set display to mixed test low resolution graphics, clear to black. So, so let's try, and can I make this bigger? Well, yeah, I can. I should have just done that in the first place. Okay, so let's try saying, by the way, I think, no, let's try saying 10 home, 20 GR. Oh, let me say a new program. There's nothing in there right now. I'm going to say 10 home, 20 GR. And then let's try just doing a point 0 to 39. So is it 40 by 40? Color equals color. I don't have color here. Let's try just doing plot 10. Oh, do I do this? Plot 10 comma 10. Plot exploits 2 or 3 parameters at line 30. Oh, the graphics mode is still in there. How do I get out of graphics mode? Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. How do you exit graphics mode? Here's another reference. Oh, peek and poke. I remember those. Plot, graphics. Oh, this is more stuff. Okay. Clears text mode. So maybe I do that. So like, yes. Whoa, that's cool. Okay. So I lost my code. GR plot, plot, no parentheses. Plot 10 comma 10. Oh, 20. Oh, wait, can I just hold on a second? So one of the nice things about Apple Basic is I don't need to write it as a program. So I'm just putting this off to the side. I can just write the commands now. Can you see this in the bottom here? Okay, so let's try doing plot. I don't see anything. Let's try the line, H line from 0 to 40 at 10. Oh, I have to set a color? maybe it's like black. Ah, whoa. Cool. Ah, I see. H-plot. Plot's a dot. What is the difference between H-plot and plot? H-plot x1, y1, 2, x2, y2. Whoop. I think I crashed it. Whoa. Yeah. H-plot is not working. It's crashing it. That's interesting. I was going to try to do like, I was going to try to make a little like snake game like thing. So let's just do 10. Let's try writing this program. 10 gr. 20, let x equal 10. 30, let y equal 10. 40. Well, let's do a random walk. X equals x plus R&D 1 minus 0.5. No, R&D times 2 minus 1. Y equals y plus R&D times 2 minus 1. 60. Color equals, I'm just going to do 1 because I don't know what else to do. And then 70 is plot. Now let's see if it can handle floating points and just like take off the decimal point. And then 80 would be go to 40. All right. Should we give this a try? Anybody see anything I got wrong? Oh, what happens when it goes off? This is wild. It's somehow like cycling around the edges automatically. That is crazy. Okay. How do I clear? Clear. There must be like a whole clear. Full screen graphics. Mixed mode, color on the screen. Oh, you can actually get the pixel color at a given pixel? That's wild. Set the rotation to X for shape drawing. Do I have shape drawing? So I don't believe the argument I'm passing into rand is actually the range. Let's look at the rand function. I haven't gone through this in a lot of detail. Let's see if we can find it. This is the actual documentation here. If x is greater than 0, a random number between 0 and 1. If x equals 0, repeats the last random number. And if x is less than 0, begins new repeatable sequence. So the argument is more about seeding the random value. Oh, look, I have math functions. So the other thing I wanted to do is, so let's go back to, so I wanted to see if I could get keyboard control. So I believe, whoops, do not want to print. I seem to remember peek is a way to look at the value in a given memory address. And there is a memory address for the last key pressed, I believe. So peek, Apple, basic, key, press. there's actually a I've seen, when I was looking the other day, I saw in a manual a page that described Tetris for Apple Basic. That would be fun to try. So I'm just taking a peek. I'm taking a peek at the chat. Applesoft is what I'm looking for. This is what I was looking at, maybe. The big tip book. The funny thing is I have manuals for Apple Basic and stuff just sitting over there. Somewhere, was it in this book? There was like a chart for peek and poke. Wow, this is wild. I mean, really, like, in the dawn of personal computers, you had to, the programming was the whole point. Yeah, look at this, delay loops. Look, your Apple doesn't mind. In fact, it's good for him/her. I think them would be what would be more appropriate. Okay, print peak 51. What language you're using? Okay. Oh, I need to go sub poker. Integer basic. I want to memory and speed. Look at this. This is incredible. Oh, I need to read this whole thing. Look at this tip. Clear mem. Expander. Like, right. I mean, there's like literally 48 kilobytes of RAM on that Apple II Plus. You know, this computer has what, 8 gigabytes of RAM? 80 columns, okay. 40 columns. This is for the text. Too long. I'm like, text tips. A page, inverse typer, input, oh right, input A. Oh, that's fun. To reverse what you type in, that's a fun little challenge. Text screen. Peak 49152. Yeah. This is the old 49512. Let's see it. Read slot, read game paddle, toggle speaker, read keyboard. Here it is. If 127, the key has been pressed. Okay, 49512. So, so 40 will be, I'm going to say, let C equal peak 49512. And then, actually, so let's do this. Hold on, Control C. Well, that's fine. Put it in there. 50 print C. So that's fine. I'm just plotting. It just should be printing over and over again what key was pressed. Let's see. A, B. Why am I only getting 136? One five, not 5-1. What was it? 49152. No wonder. Thank you. 32. Yeah, okay. Now we get different numbers. There's no reason why I can't convert that into a character. And I should be able to say, let's see. Now, a string in BASIC, you have to indicate the type of what's in the variable by, so I can have C would be the number. And this would be, I believe there's a function, yeah, it's actually filling this in for me, where I can do this. But I think I need to subtract 127 from it. Well, let's not bother to try. Let's just see what happens first. So now, 55 is print. Let's print that. All right, so I have an X and a Y. I'm peeking out what's in the keyboard, converting it to a character. And again, there's a lot of wasted memory here, but I'm just writing it out in the long, printing it out and plotting X. So let's run this now. K, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Perfect. I don't know why I saw that. Somewhere I was looking at some examples and they were subtracting 127, but maybe that was doing like lowercase or something. Okay, so now, what are the arrow keys? Oh, this is a problem. If I want to use the arrow keys, I'm not seeing anything here. U, K, J. This is weird. Well, let's just use WASD. I'm going to do that. Okay, so I keep typing clear, which doesn't do anything. So now what I want to do is say 56. If C equals A, then X equals X plus 1. No, X minus 1. 57. If C equals D, then X equals X plus 1. 58. If C, this is very bad that how I'm doing this. C equals W, then Y equals Y minus 1. I assume it counts from top to bottom, just like modern graphics windows. If C equals S, then Y equals Y plus 1. All right. So I start at 10, 10. I look at what's in the keyboard, convert it to a character, and then I'm checking if I do A, D, W, or S, and then changing the X and Y values accordingly. Okay. Old school is ZX for left, right, and PL for up, down. Yeah. So let's do this. Now, why is this not working? Okay, we got to debug. Okay, I have an idea. So I'm going to debug by printing both what's in C and the value of the Boolean expression C equals the Boolean test. I don't think there's any double equals in old-timey BASIC. Oh, whoops. What just happened here? I'm so confused. Hold on. This is why I want to use that other emulator. Let me just try something here. Will you please let me copy paste this? No, it won't. Let's do save. I'm setting C to A. I don't think so. There is no a Boolean expression, but the printing might not work. Because I've done this. That's not true. That's true. So this is what I'm doing in the code. I want to print the value of the variable test. And the colon allows me to do, not colon, semicolon, semicolon. Colon allows me to put, so that is setting C equal to A. So that definitely was setting C equal to A. This is what I meant to do. A1, So this should be print C, semicolon, a space, semicolon, C equals A. All right, now this I should be able to debug. Yes? So it seems to be, now it seems to be working. But I'm so confused. Yeah, if you're constantly reading the last key pressed, I wonder if it makes sense for me to only do it if there's a new, I have an idea. Oh, this is so crazy. What if, first of all, I could put a delay in there, but I have a weird idea. What if I were to say, let's say 35, I don't know what to call this. I'm going to call it direction. And I'm going to set it equal to just 0. So I'm going to start with a direction of 0. And I'm going to say, after I read the character, and let's just change 40 to be let C equal CRHR string peak 49152. So there was really no reason for me to have line 40 and 50. I could do it all at once. So line 50 can now be if C is equal to the direction, then set the direction back equal to 0. So like, whoops. I'm sort of thinking this through as I'm doing it. So I want to do something where if the character is what it was last, then direction is 0. And then I can say, go to, let's do 55, go to 56. All right. So I'm starting with the direction and then, but, Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Do I need to go sub? Can I do two things with a then? I think I can. Like, can I say if C is equal to dir, if it's the same, then, oh, why don't I just go to, go to line 80. Like, don't draw anything new. Just skip everything. That's fine. And then 55, I want to say dir equals C. So get the new thing. And then, oh, I already have to rewrite all these lines of code. Oh, that's terrible. See, this is why a kingdom for a code editor. If dir $ equals A, hold on. Let me just look at this and see if this is right. So I'm starting at 10, 10, and I'm starting with don't move anywhere. Then I'm going to read the current character. If it's a new character, then set that to its direction, execute the move, plot the thing, go back to read another character. Now, if it's the same character, it's going to skip. Okay, I think this is right. So I just think, unfortunately, I have to, the way I wrote this, there's got to be a different way of doing this, but and y equals y minus 1. I hate that I have no lines left in between. If dir equals s, then y am I missing a parentheses on lines 56 to 59? No. There are no parentheses around Boolean expressions in BASIC. And also, like, why? No, this does nothing. I guess the lines of code are too long. Home. Okay. Wait, I need some debugging. So what do I need to do? I want to, line 45, print what it's reading. And let's print that and D. This is what it's reading. And this is the current value of dir. So it's reading D, and it is D. But why is nothing moving? Oh. There should be, yeah, line 50. Once I get a new character, it should go do the things. All right, let's, oh, I just want to like enter in 45. How do I delete a line? Can I just do this? Yeah, 45 is gone now. Let's print do we ever get here? Do we ever get here? Do we ever get to the point We should. As soon as we get a character that's new, we should get there. Yeah. Okay. So every time we type in a new character, I'm seeing the old. Let's be methodical about this. A, B, C, D, E, F. That makes sense. C, D. Every time I oh, hold on. Why is this? This is backwards. Use REN to renumber the program? Oh. Your character quality check. Yeah, the character. Oh, maybe the character quality check isn't right. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Ah, no! Oh, no, I lost it. I lost it. I typed exit just like instinctually. And I hadn't saved it. It just like quit. Oh my God, I lost all my code. Right? It's gone. Completely gone. Oh, it's like I'm like, I don't know why I typed that. It was just like it came out of my brain. Okay, hold on. Wait, I don't know why we're converting a key press to a character. Yeah. Because I don't want to have to like check the number. Oh, that's why there's minus 127. Maybe. I didn't save it to test. I'd saved, there was that test.txt, but that was, oh, that's actually, okay, so hold on. All right, let's, oh, it's not letting me copy paste. All right, let's go back to just for, because it's 1:40 and I really got to get going here. I'm going to cheat a little bit. No, I'm not. I'm going to get this done. Okay. I'll just use this as a reference. I'm a fast typer. So let me actually not do all of this because let's do C40. Let C equal. I want to try it just with my converting it. What if I do this? Let's try it with my converting it. Let C equal, no, sorry, peak 49152. If C equals A, print A. And then let's just try this. 60 go to 40. Ah, I keep typing exit again. What's wrong with me? Why am I doing that? It's like some weird instinct. Home is what I'm trying to type. Oh my God. Everybody, stay calm. Okay. Oh, peak. Clearly I need to eat lunch. Oh, right. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Now, whatever I type goes in here. Okay. Now. Yeah, so whatever I'm getting is not equal to the A character. It's easier to work with the underlying number. I know, that's what I should do. But I have a feeling that this is what it wants me to do. Oh, just one parenthesis there. Okay. All right, fine. We're going to work with the number. Okay, good idea. Oh, wait, no. $65. $4.9. Oh. Ah, 193. Yeah. 193. 127, right? No, 128. 128. Okay. Okay. Let's go into graphics mode. Oh, you know what? I could do the arrow keys then. $139, $136, $149, $138. $136 is left. $149 is right. Up is one. Whoops. 149 is right. 136. Up is 139. And down is 138. Okay. Okay. Okay, everybody. Here we go. Ready? So, oh man, I had all that code, so I've got to rethink that logic. So, what I want to have is a variable dir. The let is optional, by the way. Dir is 0. Oops, I didn't mean to overwrite that. And then 50, C equals peak 49152. If dir equals C, then go to 40. Just go back. Keep reading from the keyboard until there's something new. Oops. If I forgot to do a line number, if dr equals C, just go back to reading. Whoops. Oh, it lets me do the up arrow. That's so nice. Can you really do that on an Apple II Plus? Okay. 193. Okay. So go back to 40. Otherwise, keep going and say if dir is equal to 136, x equals x plus 1. No, minus 1. And let's just only do that right now. Then 80, 90, 100. So let's say 110. Color equals 1. 120. Plot x comma y. 130. Go to... Oh, don't. This shouldn't be go to 40. It needs to be go to 50. But this is go to 50. And 60, let's just do this. Let's always draw it. If dir equals c, go to 120 or go to 110. So I'm going to be drawing over itself, but that's fine. Then, I need a then. Also, I need a then. So let's save snake.txt. Okay. In case I lose it again. Okay, go to graphics mode. Start at 10, 10. Start without moving. Check the keyboard. If the keyboard is something new, great. Based on what it is, only if it's to the left, move to the left and draw it, then check the keyboard again. Let's see. You have bad code on line 193 now. There's no more line 193. dir will be 0. Oh, right. Sorry. So 65, I need to say dir equals c. Thank you. That's something I missed. So if it's a new thing, I pick up that value. Syntax error on line 70. Text. I forgot the then. If dir equals 136, then x equals x minus 1. No parentheses. Oh, no, but that's on the line. 70. If dir equals 136, then x equals x minus 1. Okay. And let's just add some more of them. I can type fast. 80. If dir equals 149, then x equals x plus 1. 90. If dir equals 139, then y equals y minus 1. 100. If dir equals 138, then y equals y plus 1. All right, here's the whole program. Clear. Oh, there's poke 49168 to clear the keyboard. Oh, I could have done that. I should have just done that. But that's fine. That's good to know. That would be a better solution. So just always clear the keyboard. But why are some then? Oh, so I'm doing everything in all capitals because my Apple II Plus doesn't support lowercase, my older one, but this emulator does. So, but it's not case sensitive. I don't even think variable names are case sensitive. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, variable names are not, nothing's case sensitive. Let's try running it. Oh, no. All right. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it more than once in a row. Oh, this is so silly. It's not just a new one. So I do need this clear keyboard thing. So for the REN, does that renumber? Oh, it renumbered everything for me. Look at that. So that's really useful. Renumber will just take all my weird lines of code and renumber everything. And even the go-tos are all updated. Yeah, don't type exit. Don't type exit. You want to clear the keyboard and reset dir. Yeah. So what was clearing the keyboard? Poke, right? So after I draw, let's say poke, what was it? What was it? Clear keyboard. Clear keyboard. 49168, 0. 49168, 0. So then 1030 I don't need. Oh, no. Yeah, 1030 I don't need. Then 1040, let's say dir equals peak 49152. And then get rid of 1060. So I'm just getting the keyboard. I don't need 1050. I'm getting the keyboard. I'm getting the direction. Moving X and Y, plotting it, clearing the keyboard, and then going back. Oh, there we go. Well, that was much easier than I thought. So I could definitely do the snake game now. I need an array and some other stuff. All right, look at that. Oh, so many possibilities. Save it, yes. Keyboard draw. I don't know what to call this. All right, everybody. I don't know what I did with today. I hope you enjoy tuning in. There seems to be a lot of people watching. So before I go, let's do another round of gifting memberships. All right, everybody? This is way too much fun for me not to just do that, okay? Before I go, don't leave, people. Don't leave, because I am about to gift. Here we go, everybody. Okay. Thank you to Brilliant for sponsoring today's live stream. Check Brilliant out at brilliant.org/codingtrain. Lots of fun math and science and probability-based things to learn. I'm seeing all the gifts go to Focus on Me, Junaid, Rigyed, Abhijik, Astro Penguin, Gulam, Jason, Kohn, Ryan, Eru. You've just won a membership to the Coding Train. Don't really get anything with it, but you can try syncing your YouTube account with your Discord account. You know, in theory, members get stickers, but you have to be kind of a member for a few months. So, you know, maybe go easy on the requesting the stickers if you just got my little membership gift. But thanks, everybody. I should be back. So the Monty Hall problem video came out. The wave function collapse video is currently 90 minutes long. Actually, what I could have been doing for the last hour was watching it through and kind of like finding some more things to edit out. And I think it's going to be at least another week or so before that's ready. But there's a big video on, long video on coding the wave function collapse algorithm from start to finish. That will be coming out soon on the Coding Train. Thank you, everybody. If you enjoyed this, like coding in Apple Basic, let me know, because I think I would actually like to do some videos where I'm just building projects in Apple Basic. Those will come later after I do this Nebula class. But yeah, so thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching my videos and sending me nice messages on Twitter and all that stuff. Did I do that on Twitch? I don't remember. I don't know what you're referring to, DJ Mangus. And I'm sorry that I didn't have Discord open and all that stuff. Everybody say a prayer for my Apple II. Oh, that's just the power supply. Apple II Plus computer. And Jason is wearing your Refactor It Now t-shirt. So thank you, everybody. I will see you next time on the coding train, hopefully everything goes well next week. I'll be back live streaming next Friday. No more. I misread that. No Apple Basic. You said more Apple Basic. All right. More Apple Basic coming soon. Check out Twitch because I continue to do live streams there also as well. Check out the new website, all that stuff. All right, everybody. Goodbye, and I will see you next time on the coding train. Oh, wait, why am I playing that? As always, I always forget the this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm going to do this dot, this dot. I'm going to do Hi, everybody. This dot, this dot. I'm going to do this dot, this dot. I'm going to do dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot song. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot. Where am I going? I've lost everything. My mic is still on. I've completely all the energy is drained from my body. I'm gonna go eat some lunch. I'm going to do the this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, the this dot song. Never forget the this dot. Somebody compose that song for me. I'm going to say once again, here we go. Sing it with me. It's the forward to Cartesian coordinate song. The forward to Cartesian coordinate song. Auto-tune and the internet will fix that for me. Sing it with me. It's the forward to Cartesian coordinate song. 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 Unicorns and rainbows and cupcakes. What else is there? Yes, kittens. Thank you very much. Kittens and rainbows and cupcakes. Notice that. Look what I get. I'm really losing my mind. Okay, let's do it. Kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens. 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 Kittens and kittens and kittens. Kittens and 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 kittens and kittens and kittens. I feel just sort of like a nice feeling of relaxation. Everything's going to be okay today. Dream is not broken. It has not frozen. This is a wonderful thing. Okay, we're going to do it. I'm really getting to something. I need my sound effect. Unicorns and rainbows.
invalid syntax. I forgot. There was one other thing here that I think is important that I will use continuously over and over again in all sorts of text generation analysis things that I will use continuously over and over again. First thing I need to do is, yes, kittens. Kittens, kittens. I'm really losing my mind. Okay, we're gonna do it. Kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens. 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 Kittens and kittens and kittens and Das Vidania.